Welcome to Maui and to the second class chat with Rebecca. If you have been doing these chats because you're coming to my training in Sarasota, Florida, and you missed the Zoom class the first time around, we are redoing that class now. So, welcome to today's class chat, which is grounding and clearing. And I'm going to share with you tips on how to ground yourself and tips on how to clear your energy. Okay, are you ready? Should I get into my tool bag and show you what we have? All right. So first of all, let's start with grounding. The more grounded you are, the less you have to clear afterwards, right? You don't have to take on energy of the world around you, and you don't have to take on the energy of your clients. You can have yourself set up in advance so that doesn't happen. Hi, how you doing? Sorry. Got things over here on the side. This is different. So if you did the first class that I did on emotions, which was the first live stream that came out, I also did this on Zoom as part of the training. The emotions class is kind of all over the place because that's how I work. I'm in the ocean. I'm bouncing up here. I'm bouncing over there. I'm going to be around over here. I'm going to go over there. The camera's going to go up here. So if you're actually in a class with me, and these classes were started originally for people who were coming to Sarasota for the training in May. If you are with the class and me, the first thing we're going to teach you is how to ground and stabilize so that you can keep up with me. I'm bouncing all over the place. And emotions as well have a tendency to kind of bounce all over the place. So the more grounded you can be when you're working with your clients, the less you're going to take on from them. You will hear me talking in class and say, don't fall down the rabbit hole. And that is when you feel someone else's emotions and it sucks you right into it. Okay? That's what they do in movies. That's what they want you to do. Suck right into those emotions so you can experience them live. So how do we keep this from happening? Easy tips and tools. I picked this up today. This is hematite. It's a little bead called hematite, and I picked this bracelet up today. And you can put these on, and hematite bracelets and beads are literally for grounding and grounding your energy. And I take these, and I also put them around my ankles. Since this is a brand new one that I just picked up for today's class, it will go to someone who has already registered for the class in Sarasota. We'll pick a name at the end of the class today. Okay, grounding, hematite. That comes in necklaces. I use the necklaces because I can wrap those around both ankles and that will super ground me down. One quick story on doing grounding and using hematite. I rarely ever do it anymore. I mean, I just don't do it anymore. I have other practices to ground me. And by setting my fulcrums, I'm in pretty good shape, which is what I teach you to do in class as well. But I was in Egypt last year. We were there for about 6 weeks. We've gone a few times. And we were on our way to the temple, to a temple. I'm not going to say which temple because it got me in trouble on Facebook, people and their definitions. But anyway, there's a little boat that you take across the Nile to get over to where this temple is. So when you're on the boat, you have different people that are selling different things. Some of the guys on the boats are selling things. And one of the people on the boat was selling bracelets, all different kinds of bracelets. And something in me said, pick up, you want a bracelet, you want one of these bracelets. So I picked up the bracelets and kind of flipped through them. It's like, no, there's nothing here really that I want that's going to work for me. And so I just dropped the bracelets back down on the ground again. And one of the bracelets literally stuck to my hand. And so I looked to see, it was going to stick kind of on my wrist. It wasn't like in my fingers, but it did stick to my hand like it was magnetic. So I looked at it. It's like, what? And it was a hematite bracelet. I'm like, oh, wow. Is it going to be so strong with energy when I go up to this temple that I'm going to need to ground out? And I laughed. But, the bracelet did stick to me, right? So I bought the bracelet, I put it on, and when I was walking up the hill to this particular temple, boom, the energy was so great, it almost knocked me backwards off my feet. So the hematite did help. Hematite. You can get these things really inexpensively in a lot of different places. So, good tool to ground with that is not just using your own mind. Now, setting your fulcrums, if you imagine a light coming through the top of your head, let's see. All right, so you see how the picture frame is lined up with this center of my head. If you imagine that line going from heaven straight through the top of my head and down through my body, through the perineum into earth, and down as far, far, far as possible, then in the center of the earth, I imagine that there is a big anchor, big hook. And I take this beam of light that is coming through the center of my head and going down to the center of the earth. Let's see, line it up. We have to line it up. There we go. All right. So if I imagine a beam of light coming from the heavens, going through my entire body down in deep into the earth, and in the center of the earth, there's this big hook down there, and I will wrap that line of energy around it to really anchor me, which is why I don't use hematite anymore. But that's not all. A lot of people use that grounding technique, but you need to have a second one. And I meant to have that drawing here for you today, so I will add it in the comments, a drawing, the diagram shows you exactly how to do this. But in addition to having the line of energy that is coming down through your body, you also need to have one coming in through the center of your third eye and coming out through the fourth ventricle, right below the occiput. And there's going to be an angle on this, all right? So we want to have, let's see. Sorry, I'll be right back. Here I'm live. Nope. All right, we're not going to step out. So we want to have a line that is going at an angle like this, coming through the third eye, coming out back through the fourth ventricle and into the ground behind us. So let's try that now, okay? So you want to imagine that you have a beam of light coming through the center of your head. Close your eyes. All the way down through the perineum, deep, deep into the earth. Tie that line off. Golden energy. Now imagine a second line, a diagonal line of energy that is coming from above, in through your third eye, out through the back of the, right below your occipital bones, so below the ridge there. And this one behind you is really important. You want it to continue on that diagonal and go all the way back behind you until it anchors into the ground behind you. And some people, I watch it kind of dance along the ground. They don't want to anchor that in. Okay, there, somebody just got it. I can feel it. Excellent. So when you feel straight through you, on the angle through you, locked behind you, you will be in your body, maybe more than you've ever been before that you're aware of. And this keeps you in your body instead of in the body of the person you're working with. When I touch somebody after they've been worked on, I want to be able to say, this person has had a really, really good treatment. I don't want to be able to say, Sundari did a great treatment on this person because Sundari's energy is in this person, which would never happen because Sundari, hi, is very good at grounding her energy and keeping her energy her. Okay, any questions on this? If you don't catch me now, go ahead, put your questions in, and we will answer them in the comments later and address them in the next class. Okay, so that is how to ground. That's setting your fulcrums. And when you're in class, you'll hear me say, set your fulcrums, don't fall down the rabbit hole. And that is a great way to ground, even in everyday life. So give it a try and let me know in the comments what you think and how it works for you. All right. And if you already watched the first class chat that we did on emotions, you might try the grounding and then watch it again and see if you feel any different. Okay, let's say we don't ground. We don't ground our energy. Worked on several clients that have brought their own stresses and distresses into the treatment and into your field as well as into their field. And it's over, now you kind of feel yucky. Or maybe you've just gone out shopping and you've interacted with a lot of people that weren't super happy today, or people that were on your job were stressed, and you feel like you've picked up some of that energy. So now what? Well, you can do what I do, soak in the ocean. All right. People always ask me, how do you clear? It's like, I work in the ocean. I'm working in salt water. It's very clearing. But if you don't have an ocean next to you, you can jump into it. You can do a soak. I don't sell this. This is just one that I use. This is a mineral soak. It also has lavender in it, which is relaxing, which doesn't affect the clearing effects one way or the other. But it is an ocean salt mineral. Put it, take a bath, clear. Yay. Pretty easy, right? Didn't take a lot to do. Maybe some of you are familiar with smudging, a Native American practice where you have sage. I love to collect my sage up at Mount Shasta or go to New Mexico for the white sage and let it dry. And then I don't have sage and I'm not starting a fire in the house today, which is one of the drawbacks of using sage to clear your energy, is that it does involve fire. So for children, yeah, maybe not the best unless you're there to take care of it. But smudging, over the top of your head, your whole body, front, back, under your feet, clear your area, clear your body. Smudging is excellent. There's another way to clear your field, which works in the same way smudging does, and you move it over your entire body. However, it doesn't use sage, it uses sound. All right. So these are little Tibetan tinctures. You can get these online. I got mine in Nepal. You can get them anywhere. And I actually have these sitting on the bookcase. We're in Ty's little area here. I stole his filming spot. So it's Egypt City here. You may have already noticed that. We have Egypt everywhere, right? Okay, so what we do to clear with these is you use it all over your body just like you'd use sage, only you're using sound. So you get the sound going over my head, down on both sides of my head, my body, my heart. Keep going, and I can clear my entire body. Nice, right? And as I said, I just leave these on the bookshelves, and my grandson will just walk by without anybody saying anything to him, pick them up, and use them. So they're very, very helpful in clearing energy. They also clear not only your energy. That's one of the cool things about sound that we learned working with sound, is that the sound not only clears your energy, it clears the air and the water and everything around you. Very cool. Okay, last tip and tool for grounding is, I love my essential oils, right? I have balance. Here we go. Balance. I'm going to put some on now. If you have any at home, go ahead and put it on. So balance both clears your energy and grounds you. It does both things at once. So just using this before, after, during treatments is really great. And balance is the oil that got me into essential oils, not into essential oils, but into the doTERRA oils. I've used essential oils for, I don't know, 40, 50 years. I studied aromatology in Egypt with a 12 generation aromacologist, and I had no intention to get involved with any more oils, but I invited Claire over when she wanted to show them to me so I could have tea with my friends so they could all see Ty's new condo that he had just built. And when the balance oil came around, balance, where is it? There it is. When the balance oil came around, I put some on and my whole body started to vibrate, and it cleared my energy and brought my energy into alignment, and I vibrate. So handy tool for clearing and grounding. So what do we have? We have hematite for grounding. You can put your little hematite bracelet, necklace, put it around. Like I said, love to put these on my ankles, more grounding on my feet. We have using your fulcrum, setting your fulcrums. And if you check down in the comments later today, I will put a diagram of what it looks like to have that line of energy coming through your body, and then the other one coming in at a diagonal and through the third eye and out the back and connecting into the ground behind you. This one you will have to perfect for class. If you're joining me, I will be in Sarasota doing a training in May 7th, 8th, and 9th. Schedules on my website. So if you have already taken on energy and you want to clear it, we have jump in the ocean or create your own ocean salts. Shake, blah, create your own ocean soak with salt, ocean salt. You can also use sage to clear your energy. You can use music. sound to clear your energy. The other way that you can clear your energy is simply using light. Using white light. Yep. Run it through your entire body. It will clear your body. How effective is using light, just psychic light, right? Using it in your mind. What can that really do? Well, when I got my first computer back in the 70s, I had several crystals. I think I have one of my crystals is up here. I can't really see it that well. Up there in the corner. Back there. It's one of my little crystals. Anyway, I took my crystals, I put them all around my new computer, and I clear my crystals with light, and computers have crystals. So my brilliant idea was I would clear the computer and clear the crystals in it along with my crystals before I started using the computer. So it's like computer crystals, meet regular crystals, and clear, 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 light, light, light. And then I turned on my computer and it didn't work at all. Took it. They had to send it back to the factory. They said they'd never seen anything like it. And finally, someone asked me, do you work around a lot of magnets? I'm a magnet. Really strong, powerful magnets, because something has completely wiped all the programming out of this computer. So not only did the computer clear the crystals, my crystals, it cleared the crystals in the computer, which cleared the programming. So powerful, powerful, powerful. Our next class chat will be on healing with color, working with color. And that will be on March 27th at 2 o'clock Hawaii time. I will go live, but then we'll record for everyone. This is kind of a surprise live. So you who are subscribed, did you get a ding that it was up? I think so. So subscribe, hit that subscribe button on my channel. When we come up with the next class on color, on March 27th, you will get a ding and a notification. And color, we're going to use water, use color in water, color in claws, different ways to do it. I first taught color therapy to a group of doctors at the hospital in Encinitas, a trauma center, back in the very early 80s. They had a color therapy machine, and they knew yellow would stop constipation, but they didn't know how to modulate the machine. It's because too much yellow would cause diarrhea, where just enough yellow would stop your constipation. So they had this great color therapy machine to be used in their trauma center and in the emergency, but they didn't really know how to calibrate it. So several doctors came and trained with me in Encinitas, California, to do color therapy to modulate these machines. And where I was going with all of that is the most profound way to use color is psychically. So same as you're using the light to clear yourself and clear your energies and clear your space, you can also use color. Subject of the next class chat. Okay, bonuses. So if you're watching and you're into the class chats, or you watch the recorded version and you would like to prepare for the color therapy training that is coming up, we're not going to do a full training. We're just going to talk about it, but I will email you a complete full training for free. All you have to do is email me and give me your email address and tell me you would like the training. The training is 30 meditations. So you do a meditation and then you have a realization, but it is in a book that also tells you all about what the different colors mean and how to do color charging of cloths and charge water with color. So super full, complete training, not mine, someone else's. It's over 100 years old. I have used it for trainings for about 50 years. So if you want a copy of the upcoming color there's some to help you, the color therapy, so that you'll be ready for the next class, just email. Please like and subscribe if you find value in class chats so they keep coming and you know when they're happening. And remember, set your